a year it's been. In fact, what a year and a half it's been. As we reach the end of term, I think we should all look back on things we've struggled with during these extraordinary times. So, how about something positive to start us off with? Any ideas? Oliver.
Well, last year we had 4 months of no school, followed by the summer holidays, and then no school again at the start of 2021.
I said tell me something positive. Anyway, I'm glad that all of you, well, most of you, still kept up with your schoolwork at home. What else? Louise.
Having time to take things just a little slower.
Emily.
Binge watching my favourite box sets.
Charlie.
Following Captain Tom do his amazing work for the NHS.
Ah, Captain Tom. What a hero, and what a legacy he's left. Let's talk more about him later on, shall we? So, what else made things bearable?
Not having to go to the hairdressers because they were closed was all.
Okay, thank you. So, on the flip side, what was difficult?
My mum decided to cut my hair, so she made a white mess of it.
Yes, I had noticed. Don't worry, this will grow back soon. So, what else was difficult? Amy.
Nothing left on the supermarket shelves during the first lockdown.
Watching my parents struggle to keep their small business going.
Not being able to give my grandparents a hug, that was awful.
At a time I'm a bit scared, just need to be close to people. We're trying to keep our distance.
Yet here we are. We hope it's slowly getting back to normal. But it was tough for a while. As I said, what a year it's been.
We rode a roller coaster, lost the plot there for a while. But even through the dark times, we found things to make us smile. A crazy situation, can't believe the things we've seen. Wow, what a year it's been. It started with a call to arms, everybody had to toe the line. Wash our hands and stay inside, enjoy some family time. As days turned into weeks, we had to show some self-control and focus all our efforts on the hoped-for toilet roll. We rode a roller coaster, lost the plot there for a while. But even through the dark times, we found things to make us smile. A crazy situation, can't believe the things we've seen. Wow, what a year it's been. Our parents kept us school at home, it really drove them up the wall. Grannies learned the art of Zoom to make a conference call. We saw heroic deeds and everybody clapped along to get behind our NHS and fantastic Captain Tom. We rode a roller coaster, lost the plot there for a while. But even through the dark times, we found things to make us smile. A crazy situation, can't believe the things we've seen. Wow, what a year it's been. Wow, what a year it's been. What a year it has been.
Okay, let's wind the clock back to March 2020. Who'd like to remind us what happened? Boys. Louise.
Well, with the cases of the COVID-19 virus increasing, to slow the spread and to stop the NHS being global,
Boys.
we went into lockdown.
We were told to stay at home, not to socialise, to only go out for essential shopping and exercise, and to wash our hands a lot.
Amy.
Restaurants, bars, theatres, cinemas, sports venues, a lot of shops, and most offices closed, and people were told to work from home unless they were key workers.
Schools stayed open for key workers' children.
Boys.
For most of us, it felt like the summer holidays started early.
Yeah, but that feeling didn't last long, remember?
Of course, homeschooling.
Yes, Karen, I know I said I'd get that report written by last Friday. No, I'm not taking advantage of the working from home arrangements. Yes, I realise this isn't a holiday. Yes, I'll email this afternoon. Yes, I promise. Goodbye, Karen.
Mum, is this a subordinating conjunction or a coordinating conjunction? I think it's subordinating, but I'm not sure.
Subordinating what? In my day, it was just nouns, verbs and adjectives we needed to know about. Let's have a look. Yes, Karen, of course I'll spell check it. Yes, I know the directors will be reading it. No, it won't be full of grammatical mistakes like last time. Yes, Karen. No, Karen. You have a good day too, Karen. Now, a conjunctionated submarine, you say?
It's okay, Mum. I've done it. Right, now to do history.
It's my turn on the computer. It's not fair. Mom, tell him.
Hey now, what's all this noise? I'm trying to sleep. You know I'm working nights at the minute, so please keep it down a bit, okay?
Sorry, Dad, but he's hogging the computer and I've got my maths to finish.
Yeah, right. You just want to play games on it.
Enough. Right, you eat your cereal and you do your maths. What is it you're doing exactly? Show me.
Long multiplication, but I'm stuck on all these.
Well, let's see you working out. Eh? That's not how we were taught long multiplication when I was at school. What's all this grid nonsense? Just stick a 0 in that column and times that by that and times that by that and then add them up.
But why do you?
Just do it like that. You don't need to know why. Right, can I go back to bed now?
Not yet. There's a message from your mother. Will you call her with a chat? She's bored being stuck at home on her own.
But I spent 3 hours with her yesterday, talking to her through a kitchen window while I delivered the shopping. Can't you phone her?
No, she's your mother. Anyway, I've got that report to write for Karen and these two super lives.
Stop it, you two. Okay, what schoolwork do you still have to do?
There's my history to start, and I have a worksheet on the next subject.
And I've got arts and RE.
Right, here's what we'll do. Electricity, you say? Well, I suggest you plug in the Hoover and clean upstairs. Then there's a light bulb needs changing in the downstairs loo. And history, let's see. I know, you can phone your grandma and listen to her talk about the olden days for an hour. And art, okay, right. You can give the garden fence a coat of creosote. Now, something for our room. Let me think.
Yes, Karen, I'm just about to... No, I'm not on the settee with my feet up. I know you're under a lot of pressure. No, yes, I'm not... No, I'm not taking advantage of your good nature. It's just that my children are... Yes, I understand. Goodbye, Karen. Ah! Dear Father who art in heaven, hear my prayer, take pity on me in this hour of need, and deliver me from this torture. Amen. That's your RE sorted. Right, I think I'll put my feet up for an hour and watch Loose Women.
Mum's trying to teach us history, the baby's throwing food across the floor. This algebra's a mystery, no one can tell us what we learn it for. Dad says that he wishes he had listened more in school. I was always round the bike sheds, just trying to look cool. Oh! There's got to be a better way than this. got to be a better way than this. We're going round the twist. We're going round the twist. We're going round the twist. We're going round the twist.
I think all of us were looking forward to returning to school after that, weren't we? Girls? Lily, I know my parents were happy when the new school term started in September. Mum says she has a newfound admiration for teachers and can't believe what they put up with. Well, what can I say? We do try, but there are so many people who worked hard during lockdown, even though there were risks just to keep us ticking over. Sinead.
I remember it was like watching a Hulu South Marvel characters coming together to battle a supervillain.
Yeah, COVID heroes unite and fight. I reckon that will make a great film. It certainly would.
And with a single click, my master plan for world domination is now implemented. Mwahahaha! Hello, you pathetic bunch. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Iris. Iris the Virus. I know it's not the best name for a supervillain, but there isn't much that rhymes with virus. I did consider Mona Corona, but that just sounds like a whinging bottle of beer, which isn't very awe-inspiring. The Big V was an option, but I figured people would think I was a second-rate rapper, whereas I'm more of a heavy metal fan. Louisa Disease, which my mother dad did. Well, the less said about that one, the better. So Iris the Virus it is. Soon everyone will know my name and bow before me as I wreak havoc, bringing Earth's inhabitants to their knees. Mwahahaha! Intruders have reached my defences. Who dares to challenge me? I and my fellow NHS workers will not cease in our efforts to keep people strong and healthy in their battle against you.
We work tirelessly in hospital, surgery and clinic, treating the ill and needy. We will not stop until we find a vaccine to put an end to your wicked plan.
Curses, doctors and nurses, will take more than you to defeat me. I'm not just a threat to your health, but the chaos I have created in your daily lives will be the ruin of you.
The nation's transport workers will make sure things keep moving. You might think you can bring life to a grinding hot Iris, but not on our watch.
And we will continue to serve our community, whatever the risk is to ourselves, might be to make sure families always have food on their tables.
I thought you humans had no backbone. You're supposed to crumble as I unleash my devastating power.
Well, that's where you're wrong. We will keep building for our future, so when you are nothing but a distant memory, you will still be standing strong.
Wow! And we will teach our future generations about how we stood together until you were no more. Time to face facts, Iris. You will be defeated. My fellow COVID heroes, unite and fight!
Listen, everyone. We are just at the tip of the iceberg. Many millions more risk their own safety in the battle against this virus. And you, yourself, showed such bravery battling through hardship, loneliness and drastic change, remaining without the comforts and remaining steadfast throughout. And remember how you clapped for the NHS? Well, here's a chance to clap along with us again. Hit it.
Sometimes life can be tough and you feel like you've had enough of the bad stuff coming your way and you need some help today. Don't worry, if you're under attack there are people watching your back and they're with you every step of the way and they make the world a better place. Every one of them's a hate. be a time when the mountain you gotta climb is so high you want to give up, 'cause the road is just too rough. Don't worry, someone's taking a stand and they'll give you a helping hand to get through all the strain and the stress. Will they save the day? The answer's yes. Every one of them's a H-E-R-O. Yes, every one of them's a H-E-R-O. If things get too hot or you're in a tight spot, your back's to the wall, but you know you can call on a H-E-R-O. Yes, every one of them's a H-E-R-O. They'll fight to the end to protect and defend. You can't wish for a better friend. H-E-R-O. Yes, every one of them's a H-E-R-O. If things get too hot or you're in a tight spot, your back's to the wall, well you know you can call on a H-E-R-O. Yes, every one of them's a H-E-R-O. They'll fight to the end to protect and defend. You can't wish for a better friend.
That was fantastic, just what we needed. Now we'd like to tell you about another hero.
As my colleague explained, there were so many heroes who emerged during this pandemic, but none of them captured our imaginations as much as one certain person.
An army veteran from World War II in April 2020, he decided he was going to raise £1,000 for the NHS charity by walking 100 laps around his garden before his 100th birthday.
As his story became national news, he soon became a household name, and his fundraising snowballed.
He completed 100 laps in the 24 days running up to his birthday, and the money he raised went a little beyond the £1,000 he'd hoped for. Donations totaled over £30 million, and this is still going up. In recognition of his amazing efforts, he was made an honorary colonel, and on July 17, 2020, he became Knight of the Realm, and when Her Majesty the Queen asked him to arise, Captain Sir Tom.
Sadly, this remarkable gentleman died in February 2021, but the example and inspiration he gave us to push through, to care for each other and to be positive will never be forgotten. Rest in peace, Captain Tom.
So join us in an uplifting song to celebrate the life and achievements of this great man.
Move over, Spider-Man!
Here's to a real hero.
Here's to Captain Tom! Now heroes come in different shapes and sizes, big and small and young and old as well. And no matter what your age, you've still got a part to play. So there's a story that we like to tell. See, down in England there lives such a hero, a soldier by the name of Captain Tom.
inspirational characters like that to give us a lift through lockdown, didn't we? Ava.
It's a shame they couldn't inspire a bit of common sense into some people. Do you remember what happened in the supermarket?
Yeah, panic buying. What was all that about?
Ezra, if you didn't get to the supermarket super early, nothing would be left on the shelves.
Yes.
Well, except for stuff like broccoli, and who want to eat that? Yeah.
Caden.
And I read a bit about coronavirus, and they were going to find one of its symptoms were increased need to go to the loo.
Byron.
We went weeks without any. We had to use kitchen roll until that ran out too.
Then what did you do?
You don't want to know.
Mum, where's Dad? He should have been back from the shop ages ago. It's way past dinner time and I'm starving.
I'm sure he won't be home now. Then we can have dinner. It's going to be fish fingers, chips and baked beans tonight.
Yes, my favourite. You can't be fish fingers, chips and baked beans.
And is he getting those deluxe creamy yogurts I like pudding? And a bottle of Coke? It's Friday, remember? We're allowed Coke on Friday.
Well, they were on the list they gave him, so I expect so. Crikey, love! What on earth happened to you?
Have you been run over, Dad?
Have you been mugged?
Have you been attacked by next door's Jack Russell again?
No, not that. I've been to Tesco.
We know that. I sent you 2 hours ago. How did you get yourself in such a state just going to Tesco?
You don't know what it's like out there. Since they announced the lockdown, the world's gone mad. It's every man for themselves. They're stripping the supermarket shelves of everything. There's fighting in the aisles. I don't know how I managed to get out of there alive.
That sounds terrible, Dad. But did you get our dinner?
Fish fingers, chips and baked beans.
Deluxe creamy yogurts and a bottle of Coke.
Yes, I got what was on the list, more or less.
More or less? What do you mean? Did you or didn't you?
I did my best to make sure we have fish fingers, chips and beans with yogurt for pudding and Coke to drink, sort of. It will just take a bit of imagination. Okay, so I've been thinking for a while that we don't eat enough green veg and there are plenty of peas and broccoli left in the shop, so...
What about the stuff you were supposed to get?
Yes, right, oven chips. Now, we've run out of those, but they have parsnips if we cut them up and brush them with oil and oven make them. Ta-da! Chips!
Dad, that's disgusting. At least did you get the fish fingers and baked beans?
Ah, yes, beans. Now, they've run out of those too, but I thought lovely chickpeas in tomato puree.
Dad, that's gross. At least you got the fish fingers.
Technically, yes, we have fish fingers. Maybe not quite what you're used to, but fingers of fish nonetheless. I managed to get 4 tins of sardines, which we can mush up and roll into finger-sized portions. And here's the best bit, they don't need cooking, we can eat them cold.
That's gross. Tell me you at least managed to find the yogurts.
Ha, yes. See, I managed to get the last 2 litres of milk left in the shop. The good thing is, it's out of date. If we leave it in a warm place for a while, hey presto, yogurt!
That is disgusting. Well, what about the Coke? Let me guess. You thought you could just get some Octo cubes and pop one in a bottle of sparkling water and give it a quick shake?
Great minds think alike, Ayla. Oh, sorry everyone, but I tried. I really did. Chips, fish fingers, beans, yogurt, Coke. There's just none left.
We know it's not your fault. Well done for trying your best. Well, I guess we could get a takeaway. I saw on the news that they're allowed to stay open. I'll give the Chinese a ring, shall I?
Chinese, yes, great idea. So Dad, what's in the other bag?
Ah, yes. I managed to pick up these from the newsagents on the way home. 20 copies of today's Daily Mail.
And what, may I ask, are we supposed to do with those? Is it an attempt to get us off our screens? Is it?
Well, there was one more thing on the shopping list that they'd run out of.
What was that?
Ta-da! Loo roll!
We're here at the local shop. The queue goes right around the block. It's everybody for themselves.
starting to present us with a few challenges, didn't it? So many rules and regulations which meant big changes to our lives.
I found some of these instructions really confusing, and the people in charge were really struggling to know what to do for the best sometimes.
Ha, even experts don't agree sometimes. The thing is, if they can't make up their minds, how are we supposed to know what to do?
Shops had to shut, then they could open, then they had to shut again.
We couldn't go to restaurants, then we were told to eat out to help out, then we were told again that we couldn't do that!
We weren't allowed to play sports. Then we were, but only outside. We couldn't go and watch our favourite teams play. I couldn't keep up.
Put the fidgets away.
And the whole thing about bubbles and tears, who you could see, where you could see them and for how long, I really don't envy the people who had to stand up week after week in front of the cameras and update the nation.
Here we go again. I didn't get any sleep last night worrying about this.
Me neither. It seems that every week we have to tell the people something different they have to do to stop this virus spreading. No wonder they get confused. Maybe we're not making things clear enough for them. Don't leave the house unless you have to leave the house. And don't go to work unless you have to go to work.
You can mix with people in a bubble of 6, unless there's an hour in the month, and it hasn't rained for 3 days. Then there's tears. They're in that tier, they're in this tier. This whole thing has me in tears.
Which is why we need a different approach. So, did you manage to read the document I prepared? Do you think it'll work? Well, it was worth a try. It can't do any harm.
It's certainly radical. I'll give you that. You might as well give it a shot.
Okay then, let's do this. Thank you everybody for joining us at today's COVID briefing. As you know, the situation regarding the virus remains serious.
We understand that the instructions we may have previously given may have been unclear, leaving many of you unsure of what you need to do.
However, while we wait for the next set of scientific findings from which we'll come up with another set of different instructions for you, there are 3 things we need you to do. 3 things which have stayed the same since the beginning of all this. And today, we read out to reinforce these, just you are in no doubt. Firstly, wash your hands at every opportunity, as we know you can pick up the virus from infected surfaces. Secondly, keep a 2-metre distance from others when you leave your homes for essential activity.
And thirdly, wear a mask to reduce the risk of transmitting and contracting the virus through your breath. Now, we have said these things before, but people still don't seem to understand.
So, to shake things up a little bit, to make the message a little more funky and groovy, especially for you younger, cooler dudes out there, let's, in a socially distanced manner of course, rock!
Hey! Yeah! Yeah! We're heading into lockdown. We're on security. There's gonna be some changes to the life we used to lead. Come on! Hey!
remember?
Oh yes, silly me. Well, my word, I got a bit carried away there. I even took my tie off. Look, rock and roll.
I'm sure you need refreshments after that performance, so we've laid out cups of tea and biscuits backstage if you'd like to join us.
That's very kind of you, but we'll pass. Got to keep safe, right?
Yes, well, I think that worked very well indeed. So, same time next week.
Can't wait.
I think we found that having a sense of humour certainly helps us cope with life's challenges.
But we mustn't forget that the COVID pandemic and lockdown have been devastating for so many people.
Jobs have been lost, livelihoods have been ruined, and families have struggled to adapt to huge changes.
Yes, we've looked at lockdown in a light-hearted way this evening, but the pressures these and other things have created are very real.
And the effects of social distancing have led to loneliness, isolation and depression in lots of vulnerable people. And in our efforts to shield older family members, they have often gone months without the people they love.
And of course, lives have been lost. Some of us may have been more personally affected by this than others, but as individuals, families, a school, a community, a nation, and the world, we have all been touched by what has happened.
So let's take a moment to think about those who, throughout these difficult times, paid the highest price.
I believe there is a place in my heart. I can go there when I please. It is filled with the things that I love and memories I keep. I believe there is a place in my heart, and I go there when I choose. I can see all the things that I love, and that's where I see you. And even though you had to go, still we see your light. In my heart, with autumn we fly, so high we fly, so high. I believe there is a place in my heart. I can go there when I please. It is filled with the things that I love and memories I keep. I believe there is a place in my heart, and I go there when I choose. I can see all the things that I love, and that's where I see you. See you.
Come on, let's finish with something positive, shall we? What has given us hope? Any ideas?
The vaccine is the light to the end of this tunnel. How hard them scientists worked to get it ready so hard and quickly. I bet there were some celebrations in the lab that on the day they made the breakthrough. I wish I'd been a fly on the wall.
Hello YouTube! You join us for the lab where we're having a party! We've done it!
The final test results are back, ladies and gentlemen, and we have an effective vaccine. Needless to say, we are very jolly.
Let's get a reaction from Professor Hans Face in Space, who coded this research. Professor Face in Space, tell us how you're doing.
Well, hello everyone. It's been a crazy few months. We haven't stopped, but here we are finished with the finish line in sight, and we're celebrating!
Oh, hi Pam. Say hello to YouTube.
Come on, Pam, don't be shy.
The great Professor Pandemic, without whose efforts we wouldn't be here.
Come on, Pam, say something.
Hi, well yes, it's been an amazing breakthrough, but we're only doing our jobs. This is just what we do.
And this is where it all happened. We've been locked in this lab 24/7.
We haven't seen daylight for months, but now we can relax a little. And some of us seem a little more relaxed than others.
Right, we have some final loose ends to tie before we send this vaccine right off to the manufacturers. So it's goodbye from the lab.
So Professor Face in Space, Professor Demick, let's crack on. But where is the final formula? I left it here, I'm sure I did.
What the? You have got to be kidding. Don't tell me after all our hard work, you have lost it.
Don't blame me. I know I left it here, right here.
This cannot be happening. I've given my life to work on this.
I haven't seen my children in a year,
You idiots!
Who are you calling an idiot? I have a PhD from Oxford University.
And I've been nominated 3 times for a Nobel Prize. If anyone's an idiot, it's you two. This party was your idea.
Oh, so you're awake, are you?
Huh? And what are you sniggering at? This isn't funny. And why are you filming this? You're supposed to be helping us.
Oh my goodness, you should see your faces. It's hilarious. This is definitely going on YouTube.
Excuse me, have you lost your marbles?
Do you understand what's happening here? We've lost the formula.
And you're going to put this disaster on YouTube?
Stop filming at once.
Relax, you've just been pranked. We haven't lost the formula. It's here in my pocket. At least I thought it was. Oh no, it must have fallen out when we went to buy more champagne.
You idiots!
I'm joking. Here it is, safe and sound. But really, your faces.
You pranked us? Why would you prank us?
Oh, come on, it's just a bit of fun. And anyway, now everyone will see that scientists aren't boring and that we do have a sense of humour. Guys, come on, scientists can take a joke. Yes? No? Ah!
Ha! Talk about looks on faces. Did you see his?
Is he right though? Do people think we scientists are a boring bunch? How can we change that?
By singing this song and stick it on YouTube.
Come on, gang, let's show the world there's more to us that meets the eye.
Every Jenner, a clever fella, noticed people weren't very well. Apart from all those milking maids who didn't catch smallpox. Very strange. He had a notion and made a potion, which was the scientific commotion. A way to keep us safe from harm. And that a shot in the arm. They found a vaccine for COVID-19. We'll all roll up our sleeves and send it on its way. A real production of our jubilation and celebration. Because with just a little prick, we won't get sick, and that will be an end to it. So if you find a sneaky virus trying to find its way inside us, clever folks in their white coats will set to work on their microscopes, and they will mix up a fine elixir to keep us healthy, fighting fitter, hoping it will work a charm. Ain't that a shot in the arm? Oh, COVID-19, you can't fight this vaccine. We've all rolled up our sleeves and sent you on your way. Sayonara on your way. No jubilation and celebration. Because with just a little prick, we won't get sick, and that will be an end to it. Ain't that a shot in the arm? Ain't that a shot in the? Ain't that a shot in the arm?
Let me say it again. Wow, what a year. Such extraordinary times we've all lived through. One day, children like you are going to learn about our experiences in their history lessons.
I suppose it's been a bit like our Blitz, hasn't it? Everyone coming together to fight a common enemy.
And when it's properly over, maybe we'll notice that things have changed for the better. Maybe we'll all learn to appreciate what we have and not take anyone or anything for granted.
And we'll make the most of the opportunities to do all those things and be with all those people we've missed since this crisis has started.
So, everybody, all that's left to say is thank you for listening. Here's to the future and finally being free to explore our possibilities, to imagine and realise all that we can be. Now, let's lift the roof off this place!